Anyways, Santa hates non-believers. The Buccaneers are a non-believer.
Why?
And Jags are... Because Santa doesn't give gifts to non-believers. What the hell?
But why are they
Bucs
non-believers?
Dude, they're Buccaneers. You think they believe in Santa?
Do Jaguars believe in Santa?
Jaguars are similar to cats. And house cats are friends of the family.
Okay.
Good evening, degenerates, and welcome back to another Degen Hours Friday NFL episode. Big week in NFL this week 16 upcoming. Also so happens to be fantasy playoffs round 2 for most people. So I know we're betting on these games, but these games also have a lot of implications for the players that are playing in them and the fantasy football action. We got a lot to talk about. Huge games. Every marquee game we're talking about is a big game, not only for fantasy, but for final standings as to who gets in the playoffs in the NFL. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into the action. First game on the slate, big game, Saturday action.
Saturday.
Two Saturday games. We're only going to talk about one of them, and it's a big game. Bengals at Steelers. What? Cincinnati minus 2.5 on the road. Total 36.5. Steelers absolutely collapsing the last couple weeks. Tumbling. The Bengals, no Joe Burrow, but they have a little bit of life in them.
Got another
The
JB.
quarry's getting depleted, as some may say.
The what is?
The quarry. Like the steel quarry. Never mind.
What?
Terrible. That
That's
doesn't even...
terrible.
Analogy.
Move on.
I kind of liked it.
There's an analogy.
All right, Mike, it sounds like you want to start here. Go
You
ahead.
start, Mike.
How do you feel about this game?
Oh, I mean, both these teams suck. The Steelers really, really bad, and also Steelers are definitely going to be without Minkah Fitzpatrick. I've seen Jake Browning win. I haven't seen Mason Rudolph win in a while.
Maybe ever.
Or ever. So I'm going with Cincinnati minus 2.5, but I am hammering the under of 36.5 because I'm sorry, the over of overs and unders are hard.
Your brain
Sorry.
is telling you what to do. I love it.
No. I'm hammering the over because Steelers have no defense.
Let me add
And
the under.
Oh my
over. Bang. Points.
So you're
points.
hammering the under.
Hammering the over.
You said you're hammering the under.
Hammering the over and sprinkle on the Cincinnati
Hammer
minus
the
2.5. Sprinkle.
You're hammering the over.
Sprinkle.
Yeah.
Because
Horns up.
the Steelers' offense is so good.
No,
Because the
they have no
Steelers defense has nobody.
So under.
They don't
So-
have the guy who's leading the NFL in sacks.
So,
Bang.
yeah.
under, but Bengals TTO.
Wait.
He doesn't know what that means.
Oh.
No. I'm taking the spread
Are you
and
just
the
shooting
over.
from the hip here? Like, did you actually
Cincinnati
have, like,
spread
a pick
and the
for this
over.
game?
Mike was not
Look,
ready for
look.
me to go to him first. Mike
Well,
was not ready at all for
Well,
it.
I
That's
see-
definitely true, but I also
You got
did not.
under 36.5.
I have over 36.5.
No,
That's
it
an
says
O.
right there, and you
That's an
highlighted
O.
it.
No, it's an O.
You write like someone who's scribbling upside down blind.
I write like a
Egyptian
doctor because I'm
calligraphy, like,
smart.
no one can really read.
I'm a doctor.
All right, Mario.
Surgical.
Given all the insight Mike just provided,
Surgical, bitch.
how are you looking at this game?
There were 0 stats, by the way, said by Mike.
Oh, it doesn't
a lot
need
of
stats. I know Jake Browning.
He
Mario.
knows Jake Brown.
Personally, Mario, how are you
No.
feeling about this game?
I've seen him.
No, I think Mike has a little more to say.
No, keep going, Mike. It's your show.
I
It's
mean,
a picture.
Yeah. Amen.
This is weird. Part of me just feels like the Steelers at some point have to kind of rise to the occasion. There's no way Mason Rudolph. Oh, I mean, I don't want to say there's no way, but it's like it's tough to get worse than the way Mitch was playing.
It's impossible. It's physically impossible.
It's close.
Wait
It's
till you
close to
watch
impossible. So, I think I'm gonna just take the Steelers plus the 2.5 here. I don't love it because this game like they could lose by 17, and I don't think anyone would be shocked. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins just go off and like
Jake Browning legacy
and Joe
game.
Mixon runs for 100 yards and you guys can't score more than
I mean, that's
7
what happened
points.
last week. T. Higgins went crazy at the end of that game.
No, I know. Like, no one would be surprised if that happened, but part of me thinks Mike Tomlin will get this team going. I know the past few weeks, the Steelers have kind of looked like my mortals, 1-4 in the past
Brutal.
5 weeks.
Brutal.
It's
Yeah,
been
Steelers
tough.
lost 3 straight.
But turning it around.
Turn
this
around
week.
the shit, baby.
So outright.
Outright
And plus the points.
and plus points.
Right. Tate.
And I don't have a pick on the over/under.
No
'cause
pick.
It could really go either way, honestly.
Like Mike said.
So it's
it's
probably
an-
going over.
Like Mike said, easy
Yeah, I
under.
might give the
Probably
Mike over, hammer the under.
Yeah,
over
just bet both sides.
No,
Yeah,
but
yes.
I'm like fully over.
you got the juice. You're good.
Yeah.
Fully over.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like every week it's Devontae KZ out for the rest of the year, Minka Fitzpatrick hurt. Mitch Trubisky's the worst quarterback of all time. We're gonna go to the third string. It's just miserable in Pittsburgh right now. I just cannot possibly find a reason to bet on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, oh, maybe it might be a sharp spot, but then the Bengals have a little life with Jake Browning. And all of a sudden, Jamar Chase and
they're
Higgins are kind of back.
8-6. They're very much in the mix.
It's weird, and I feel like the Bengals have much more of they can get up and play this game, where the Steelers are just like getting more depleted, and when their defense could step up and keep them in games because they're like outperformed on offense every single game.
Yeah,
like yards. There's just no way I could take the Steelers here, so I think it's the Bengals easy.
So what you're saying is that it's too cool in Pittsburgh, and they can't get warmth, but Bengals have fur, so they're heating up.
That's exactly what I just said.
Bang.
You heard it from Mike.
The Mike
Brian?
translation.
Jesus Lord. Let me tell you exactly how this game's gonna go.
Exactly.
Exactly.
To the T.
To the T. This is exactly what's gonna happen. The final score will be 16-13 Steelers. The under will hit. Steelers money line will hit. Obviously, the spread hits, and both quarterbacks, regardless who the quarterback is, I mean, you never know, Mason might get hurt or that bench. We'll have 2 picks in the game. Both quarterbacks bet them to have 2 picks. Steelers are going outright. The under's going to hit. 16-13 final score. Easy, weird game where our defense carries us. Ugly as ugly can get late in, that disgusting December football in the AFC North. This is what you're going to see right here. Easy.
How many defensive touchdowns?
0.
Okay.
I mean, he predicted a 16-13 final, so
He
Not
also
that many
predicted
touchdowns.
4 turnovers.
Yeah, not that many touchdowns.
2 picks by each.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed in my Steelers. My biggest bet of the entire season is Steelers win total over 8.5. We're 7-7 with 3 games
Getting
left.
down to the wire.
Oh, it's way down to the wire. So it's kind of like I already bet on this game,
Yeah.
like
No, basically,
with size.
No, yeah.
So
More size than you would like.
no, way more size. Like if I could take it back, I would in a heartbeat. But we need 2 of the last 3, and this is if we lose
This
this
is a
game,
must-win.
0% chance. Yeah, that hits. So no matter what, I'm riding with Steelers. I hate this pick. I think it's a terrible pick. I would never advise anyone to bet on the Steelers plus 2.5 here. Terrible pick. I'm betting it because I'm a fan. I think we need some serious changes everywhere, like literally everywhere. Head coach,
No.
coordinators, everything.
That's sad.
Literally
There's
everything.
no way.
The culture's gone. It's completely gone. There's nothing about the Steelers.
7-4 before
I don't
Kenny
know.
Pickett
Yeah,
got
No,
I
no,
was
the
gonna say, I
record.
don't know.
Forget
There's
like,
no way
You put a good quarterback.
I didn't say anything about the. I didn't say anything about the record. I was just saying
I'm
like
talking about the coach, though. You can't get rid of Mike Tomlin.
it took him.
Mike.
It took him how many years to fire Matt Canada? And that was only after like the most insane public pressure ever. After our offense was literally the statistical worst
Tomlin's not
offense
going
we've ever had in the history of the Steelers. Like we had a better offense in like the 60s when they were just like running pitch plays the whole game. Like I don't know. I think we need changes everywhere. I think we should make an aggressive trade for a quarterback, whether that be Justin Herbert, Justin Fields, draft pick, anything. Like we need total shakeup. If we lose this game, I think that happens. If we go under 500 this year, I do think they move on from Mike Tomlin. That being said,
That'd be crazy.
I'm still going Steelers plus 2.5 because I have to ride with my boys, but I'd stay away if you're betting this one.
Stay away.
You're off
Total,
the Mike
I'm not-
Tomlin train. What about you, Ryan?
No, it's Mike Tomlin. He could literally.
You know, he's won 2 playoff games in the last, like, I think it was like 11 years or something, or 13 years. It was one of those 2 years. I saw it online. He was like, for all the seasons he's been over 500, the Steelers as an organization since the Super Bowl against the Packers, after that season, have won 2 playoff games.
Yeah,
It's like,
You run into Tom Brady.
You're already in the mix, and you run into the best quarterback of all time, or the other one, Mahomes.
I don't know,
for the
2
past
playoff
3
wins
years.
in 13 years does not sound like a coach is doing its
At
job.
least he's getting you. I mean,
I mean, they never
Like,
have a
it's
losing
just-
record. What more can you ask for?
from someone
Playoff wins.
whose team got rid of their head coach and now like we got a
shambles.
replacement. Like
Yeah.
the replacement, dude. Like sometimes is just not the way. Like
Yeah, it depends a lot on who you get, for sure. And
know
it
what I
takes
mean?
time to build. But anyways, go Steelers. Hope. I'm praying. I'm praying. I'm praying. I'm praying. Next game, a big game in the NFC. Lions at Vikings. Detroit 3.5-point favorites on the road. Total 46.5. Tate, I'm starting with you over here. This is a big game for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Do we know? Is Nick Mullins starting this game?
I believe
I
so.
would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mullet Mullins.
I don't think he has a mullet.
No, he
Nope,
doesn't. But
he doesn't.
Sounds
Does
good.
not have a mullet.
Okay.
Sounds
does
good.
not does not have a mullet.
Should we start with Mike?
No.
Mike, take it away.
Mike,
bro.
go ahead. Let's
Mike,
start.
go ahead.
We'll
Sounds
start.
like you want to. Sounds like you want to
The
start
whole
here too.
episode,
Mullet
everything
Mike.
will be-
Mullet Mike.
I also don't have a mullet. So that's something to know.
Debatable.
No. But I do know that it's going to be a cold 35-degree game over there in Minnesota.
No, don't tell him. Don't tell him. Go ahead. Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Well, Dan, now I feel like I'm just saying the wrong things, but I know I'm not. So cold, 35-degree game.
It's a weather game.
It's a
weather
weather
game.
game.
In
It's a
Minnesota.
weather game.
In Minnesota.
Hey, in December in Minnesota, it gets cold.
Footballs get hard. It's hard to catch.
I agree.
Yeah. Just let
But Lions are a better run team, and Lions are also 7-7 against the spread, which is kind of worse than the Vikings, but it doesn't matter. Take the
7-7.
Lions.
That's. There's no way you threw that out as a reason to pick the Lions.
No. They actually have a worse against the spread record
Real
than the
quick.
Vikings.
So because
but
Real
take
quick.
the Lions.
weather game and
Weather.
they're 7-7.
Pure
You know how
weather.
sharp it is? You know how Jared Goff can't play, like, he's really good indoors?
Yeah.
You know how sharp it is for, like, the Vikings to change their stadium and go to a different stadium and play outdoors
Yeah,
just for this
yeah.
game?
Yeah.
Just so Jared Goff plays bad. You know what I mean?
That's actually
No,
insanely
They
smart.
I
finally
love
went
it.
to an outside. They were like indoors for the past 4 years, and then like just this one game, they go, "We're gonna change stadiums, go outside."
Cold,
And we're
35
gonna- yeah,
degrees.
exactly.
Cold.
Turn that thermostat up.
So you're
Wait.
just to
Yeah.
just to recap quickly. You're picking the Lions because
Minus 3.5.
Minus 3.5
Yep.
because they are 7-7 against the spread and it is
It's gonna
cold
be
in
chilly.
Minnesota.
December,
Snow
Minnesota.
game. Snow game.
Gut feel. I had gut feel pick last week. It was the Seahawks. It
All right.
binked. Gut feel. My guy's always
For anyone who hasn't been living under a rock for the last 16 years, the Vikings play indoors
In a dome.
in a dome,
Dun, dun,
so
dun, dun.
the weather is not an issue.
Detroit also
That-
plays in a dome, so it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. If
No matter where this
away.
game was, it was
No,
indoors.
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Alright.
But you know, the weather as they're getting to the stadium will be cold.
Yeah, because they're walking. Ryan, go ahead.
It's a long trek
Yeah.
in the winter.
Ryan, how do you feel about this?
Yeah,
one?
this kills
It's a
me.
weather
Icy-
game.
Icy
Yeah,
roads.
this big weather game
Weather
just
game.
kills me for
Icy
me.
roads.
I don't want to bet the Lions minus 3.5, but like Jared Goff's
You
stats and domes just aren't wrong, like ever.
Right.
So I'm just gonna have to take the minus 3.5. I don't love it. I probably won't bet it big. It might not even be on my card, but I will be hammering the over 46.5 because it's in a dome. I think the Lions do what they did last week in a dome and just score a million points. I think the Vikings can hang for a little bit with that offense. They can maybe score like 17 to 21, I think, because Lions defense hasn't really done anything for me. So I think there'll be a lot of points, but if I had to pick a side, I mean, Nick Mullen just threw up chucks last week and got lucky. It will not
Yeah.
happen this week, so
Yeah.
Dome.
we'll see.
No, yeah, I feel a lot of different ways about this game. Like Mike brought up, it's a cold day in Minnesota.
Yeah.
True.
35 degrees.
35 degrees.
But Goff in a dome is tough to bet against.
Dang.
And that seems to be what the entire betting public thinks so far because all the bets and all the money, everything's on the Lions minus 3.5 as road favorites outside of field goal. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I don't like that number. I think this is a spot where they can win, but it's inside the number and Vegas just cleans up. So give me the Vikings plus 3.5 at home, and I don't want to think too much about it. Mario?
Yeah, I'm right there with you, honestly. I actually do like the Vikings a lot. I mean, sorry, the Lions a lot in this spot. I didn't want to pull a Mike.
Look at you, this bing bang boom.
No. It's just Mike threw me off with the whole dome.
Yeah.
No. I
Dome
mean,
time.
the second I looked at this game, I literally thought, okay, it's in a dome. Jared Goff will be good.
Yeah.
Could be great. Detroit, I think, is just a better all-around team. So I like them minus 3.5 and the over 46.5 to Ryan's point. I think Minnesota can score 17
They can
points.
hang.
Yeah.
So
Tate, finish this off here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna love it. I'm gonna take the Lions minus 3.5. But I do like the Lions team total over. Jared Goff. I mean, in a dome. I mean, everyone said it. I'm just gonna take the team total over of 24.5.
Next game might be the most electric game of the week.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably my favorite game on the entire slate. Cowboys at Dolphins. Dolphins, 1.5 point favorites against the Cowboys. And the Cowboys have a record above 500.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if Vegas realizes
This
this.
game is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, what's going on here? I don't know what's going on. Total 51.5. Mario.
shout out Cowboys.
Yeah, what?
MP3.
I mean, go ahead. I know the Cowboys. They were your
Mortal last week.
mortal last week, and they
How'd
were
that go?
plus a couple points.
Yeah, see, I thought, I mean, every year I'm just so sharp, and I never buy into the Cowboy hype.
and then you did.
And then I finally caved in one year.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Yeah, it was
Blowout.
Terrible
Yeah.
spot.
it was terrible.
Yeah.
Blowout.
And if you could tell me Josh Allen's only going to throw the ball 14 times
Yeah,
the
he
entire
did-
game,
That
He
was
literally
actually
did nothing.
insane.
That was crazy.
and the
was
fact
insane.
that they got blown out still, letting James Cook,
Dude, James Cook legacy
James
game.
Cook.
look like
Legacy
prime
game.
Dalvin. I mean,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, this Cowboys team's dead to me.
Oh.
Graveyard.
So you have Cowboys plus 1.5.
Yeah, so I have to take Cowboys.
I had to be shocked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean it's the easiest Cowboys plus 1.5.
I love it.
Not much to say. I just really think Tua's going to struggle in this game. So I also like the under 51.5 as well.
Great bet.
Yeah.
So that's the side I'm on. I like the under more than Cowboys plus 1.5. But yeah,
Mike.
When we're talking about both the sides, I am 100% with Mario. When we're talking about which side I like more, I like the spread more. Interestingly, okay, I'm riding with the under. I'm also riding with Dallas, but I like Dallas
You have to
more.
slow it
Mario
down for
said,
tie, you know, it
dude,
takes a little while.
clearly,
I understood that.
he does that literally
No, I'm saying
every
it's to slow
every
down
game.
for tie. We know
Every
about
game.
it.
I don't know.
Quickly,
All right.
Well, he takes a second.
When we're talking about
Anyway,
the sides,
anyway,
you agree,
anyway.
but when you like the side, you like the side more.
No, total. I said total.
Got it.
You just gotta listen.
Go ahead.
You're not listening.
gotta hone in.
You hear them, but you're not
Gotta hone
listening.
in. Anyways, getting back to the topic at hand here. You know,
you get
You know,
us
so-
back. Get us back on
Yeah,
track.
we swayed. I'm getting us back. All right,
Get
so
us back now.
you know, weather wasn't really relevant last game. Because the dome.
Yeah.
But this game, Miami definitely plays outdoors, and it's 76 and beautifully cloudy. You know what that means.
So weather doesn't play a factor.
Weather doesn't
Lots
play
of
a factor at all. But Dallas get that game, and Dallas here, bang.
Oh shit.
Wow.
That was some great
All right.
breakdown
Yeah.
analysis.
Insight. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel
only.
like I could have gone on for 10 minutes, but I didn't want to. So go.
Feel free.
No.
It's your show. All of a
No.
sudden.
Oh, I know. I know.
I mean, if you want to throw in a fact every once in a while, that wouldn't hurt.
Well, I throw facts, and you could throw gut feels.
That's facts. 'Cause
Hey.
I got
Let's
you.
go wordplay.
No, it is Cowboy. It is Cowboys plus 1.5.
Mark's so
Easy
sharp.
here. 45% of the bets, 85% of the money on the Cowboys early, which is typically pretty good indicator of where the sharps are at. This is the same thing you saw last week with the Bills game. I feel like we've gotten one of these spreads every week where it's a really close spread between two good teams, and the heavy percent of the money has won like every single week, whether it was San Francisco or it was last week with the Bills. I think this is Cowboys easy. The Dolphins just can't beat good teams.
Yep.
And they really didn't. Tua didn't look spectacular. I mean, they didn't play anyone last week, but Tyreek is very hobbled. He didn't even play last week. He's still dealing with an ankle injury.
And a shoulder injury.
Yeah, so I'm assuming he goes this week
Carrying the
from
team.
what it sounds like.
Please go.
It sounds like he's going this week, but even if he does go, he's going to be hobbled, and Tua without Tyreek does not look great. So with or without Tyreek, it's Cowboys. If Tyreek's not playing, Cowboys should end up being favorites at kickoff, and they're going to win by 20. So love the Cowboys.
Bang.
Yeah, just have to ride on that. I just think it's just such a spot here. Such a spot for the Cowboys to just control the whole game. Maybe they play a defensive game and don't do a lot of work, don't make mistakes. But I don't think the Dolphins are really going to do much against this defense, and I love the under in that sense. So Cowboys in the under. Cowboys probably going to win outright pretty easily here. So love it.
Is this consensus?
Yeah, I'm actually.
Bang, we haven't done that
I'm
in a
actually
while.
really surprised though. Like I thought for sure there'd be someone. On
I
the
thought Mike would be on the Dolphins.
I mean, hey, Dolphins have been
Geeky.
my favorite heart bet team, like emotional team, but the Cowboys are my favorite logic team of the season. So, it's a real
like that-
battle
I feel like
of
that's
heart and
changed like
mind
5
here.
times.
No, you shut up.
That's never been the case.
No, it's been 100% the case the entire past,
It's like a string with the detective.
at least the past 4 days, that has been my dead set mind.
Past 4 days.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But, hey, consensus.
I mean,
Bang.
I feel like just last week the game got out of hand really quickly, and the Cowboys. I mean, I feel like the Cowboys only had it felt like they only had 4 or 5 possessions.
That was a
Literally.
really weird game.
And the Bills would go 6-7 minute drives every time, and it felt like they never had the ball. It was just weird.
Shout
the whole
out
game
Josh
was just
Allen.
the
Acting
Bills
coach.
had the ball, and then they couldn't stop the run. So yeah, I mean, I just love this get back spot. I mean, you saw the, I think it was the DB coach just on the sideline at towards the end of the game, and he was just like, "You guys, this is bad." So I think they're gonna come out fired up next week. Cowboys should roll over the Dolphins.
Yeah, and with the
Roll.
Eagles loss, the Cowboys really opens the door. They can
100%,
they can
yeah.
win the division now. The Eagles if they won out, the Eagles win no matter what. But now it's evened up. The Cowboys need to get this one. Well, consensus pick. There we go.
Okay.
Cowboys
Yeah,
plus
consensus.
1.5. There it is. Next game, really weird spot too. Jaguars, Bucks, Tampa Bay -1, totals 43.5. I'll start here because I've been giving you Jaguars picks that have missed the last 3 weeks consecutively.
And Bucks picks that have hit.
Yeah. The Bucks have been like my low-key wagon the entire year.
You know when to fade him and know when to bet him.
Yeah, this is a really spot. I don't know what to think because everything I thought about the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence and the Jags defense
Out the window.
and Doug Peterson, yeah, it's just been wrong. He's had a really pedestrian season. It was like his rookie year didn't even count because it was the Urban Meyer season. Last year, he looked like, oh my God, top 5 quarterback.
potential.
in the
The
city.
last,
Yes,
10
the last, and then he started the season like pretty good, but not, his numbers weren't crazy, but like they were winning. In the last 3 weeks, I know he's injured, but if you're playing, you got to look at what he's doing, and he's just turning over the ball a crazy amount. It's not even picks; it's just all fumbles, and they're all in the red zone.
And one fumble like last week where he was just running with it. And
It was
dropped
inside the
it.
20 too. He's fumbled in
Trying
the
to do too much.
He's fumbled in the red zone a lot. Their run game's been completely nothing the last couple weeks. So I don't know what to think. The Bucks are on a roll, but I'm riding with the Jags here +1. I really don't like this bet, but another spot where I have the Jags team total over 9.5, and they have 8 wins. So they have 3 games and need to win 2 of them. So I've already bet on this game. But yeah, I'm riding with the Jags. I think the Bucks have been disrespected in a lot of spots, and that's why I was taking the Bucks a lot. But if you just put these 2 teams in front of me, I forget what's happened the last couple of weeks. The Jags are a better team, and they are underdogs here, and they need to win because that division is just wide open. So give me the better team, regardless of what's happened the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough. This is like a line in the sand for the Jaguars. I mean, this isn't even just like division talk anymore. This is like playoff talk.
Yeah.
These last like 3 games. Like, they lose 1 out of these last 3, especially this one. They can miss the playoffs, and I just think that that's not going to happen. They have too many winners on that team to miss the playoffs. They know how to play in these spots late in the season, like they did last year. I think this is an easy pick. I think they're going to win outright, and they're going to score while doing so. I love the over. I love Jaguars. Maybe the Bucks do what they did, like they score because they have a good offense. They can get hot.
Yeah, Rashad White's been
and,
cooking.
And Jaguars defense has looked the opposite of what I thought it was. So like hopefully Jaguars contain the Bucks a little bit, but I think the Jags win this outright easily and over for sure.
Tate?
Yeah, I mean, I love a classic overreaction from Baker's game last week. I mean, he's not that good. He had a great game last week. Don't get me wrong, but I think the Jaguars are a better team. They actually should I think they're going to be in charge of this game the whole time, and they'll just never let go. It might be a close game, but I love the Jags here. They're 5-1 on the road, so 5 of their 8 wins
They're
have been
insane.
on the road this year, which is kind of wild. They're on the road in Tampa,
And underdogs.
Yeah,
and Tampa Bay's only
underdogs.
3-3 at home. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
not even winning.
no. So
Dang.
Perfect segue to Mike.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Oh, I mean, similar to what everybody has said previously, you take
No one said that.
Hold on. No. You apply.
Not one person had
Hold
said
on.
exactly that.
Hold on now. What everyone has said.
Just to parrot what Tate was saying.
What everyone has said and what everyone will say is if you apply the ear, eye, smell, taste, and touch test, the Jaguars are a better team. I mean, there's just no way around it. That's the first thing.
I love how you use
The
the
sec-
body
the sec-
parts
hold-
and the senses. He went ear, eye, scent, smell, sounds.
All right. Let's get back to your
The
topic
ear
on
test.
hand here. All right. You know what?
Yeah, sorry for Ryan taking
No.
us off course there.
Yeah,
I think I find the Jags.
I'm here to. I'm like railroad tracks. I'll just get us back on track.
defense.
Anyways, this game is going to be put on Christmas Eve, and let me tell you something.
You can
Santa hates
Bro,
non-believers,
Every single one of these games.
Oh,
is
I know.
on Christmas Eve.
except for the Steelers game,
Except for the.
which was the Saturday game. But this is Christmas Eve night.
It's the night.
oh yeah.
So you know
It's
what?
the night game.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
100%
played-
the night.
Oh no, it's actually not.
This
no,
is
you're
played
right.
at 1 p.m.
Same thing. It's night
It's in
for
Florida.
It's night for somebody,
It's
which is
afternoon.
that's
Well, when
actually
it
4
finishes,
o'clock.
it'll be night.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock in Florida, and that's almost night.
When he catches
Night
his
starts
bet,
at 5.
When he catches his bet. it'll be
Anyways,
fine.
Santa hates
only in
non-believers. The Buccaneers are a non-believer,
Why?
and Jags are because Santa doesn't give gifts to non-believers. What the hell,
But why
Why are they
Bucks
non-believers?
dude? They're Buccaneers. You think they believe in Santa?
Do Jaguars believe in
Jaguars are similar to cats. and house cats are friends of the family.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
So,
I was
anyways,
waiting for it to all make
I'm
sense.
taking the Jags +1, and Santa also loves points, so take the over. Bang.
Santa game.
Santa game.
Oh, that's a big
Wow.
Santa game.
Wow, I feel like every game it's getting worse, and this one was just. I can't wait to see.
Or
what
they're
Can we
getting
rewind
better.
the tape?
Or the game
Rewind the tape, and then you can put in right when we start, say just Santa's game.
Santa game of the week. Santa game of the
It's a
year.
Santa game.
It's the
Rewind.
night game.
The night game.
It's the night game.
Santa's night game.
Mario,
one
we
PM
going-
night
Okay,
game.
it's going to end in the night, so kind of a night game.
Mario,
Yeah,
are we
Mario.
gonna end on a double big
Another consensus.
Unfortunately not.
Thank you for staying.
dude.
No, I actually, unlike you guys, I really like the Bucks in this spot.
Yeah, I'm just a
Wow.
fish. I know.
I just feel like a lot of people are going to be taking the Jags just simply because, like, on paper, they maybe seem like a better team, and that's honestly just like
They
looking
should
at
be a better team. Yeah. it's-
offense, and that's like only because offensively you like look and you see like Trevor Lawrence versus Baker Mayfield.
Well, not to mention Trevor Lawrence is in concussion protocol, so he's not even like.
He'll
he's
play.
not- yeah, I mean he
He'll
should
play.
play.
He's always gonna
Just-
play. But you're right.
Concussion protocol has
There's
never
gonna be
stopped Trevor
65,
Lawrence.
The one
65%
thing that like has kept the Bucks in games this season, because their offense is like either like a million or zero, is their defense. Like people still forget like this the same defense Tom Brady had like is still like Devin White, Deion Jones, like they have studs at DB
Colin
like
Davis.
Shaq Barrett blitzing. Like dude, they have a bunch of dogs on this defense, and I just think like you're catching a Jags team that's completely fallen off the rails. Yes, they've been good on the road and like they might play a little stingier, but like +1, basically I'm just taking the team to win outright. Just give me the Bucks. So,
The Bucks are -1.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. They just said +1. I want to make sure we had that.
Well,
right.
I'm just saying like the point spread's just
Okay, yeah,
one.
yeah.
Like it's just 1 point. That's essentially like
Perfect. Yep, I'm riding with
picking
you.
a team to win, so I'm just not picking a tie. And I do like the under in this game.
Ooh. Ryan likes Jags in the over.
Jags in the over.
I like
Bucks
Bucks.
in the under.
I like Bucks in the under. The over.
It's a face-off.
I don't love the under that much, but I just feel like it's a spot where like the Bucks are gonna just play like really tight,
Yeah.
old style gridiron football. And I think the Jags will be like probably not putting up a ton of points either. So
They haven't been. Yeah, but and like Mike said, it's
Santa.
the night,
it's the night game,
it's the night game.
Yeah.
It's on Christmas Eve.
Night-esque.
which is big.
This game is
Which
on
is big.
Christmas
Big.
Eve,
Which is big.
Santa game. Yeah. So.
And now to a game that's on Christmas. The Monday night game. There's three
Game of the
Monday
year.
games. This is the only one we're going to talk about because the others are irrelevant.
Yeah.
Ravens at 49ers. Huge game.
Huge game.
Yeah.
Number one in AFC and best team in the NFL, 49ers. 49ers are 5.5 point favorites at home. The total is 46.5. Mario, I'm coming back to you on this one. This is a great game.
It's a fantastic. This is game of the week for me.
Yeah.
Same here.
Game of the year.
Yeah, this game is, I mean, maybe a preview to the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I mean,
It looks like it could be that way.
it looks like it could be that way. Both these teams are playing very, very good football. Right now, though, I'm going to have to take the San Francisco 49ers -5.5. I know Monday Night Football, all the underdogs have been hitting. I think it's
The
like
last
seven
seven weeks,
weeks.
it's outright.
Yeah.
They've won.
They've won outright. But just give me the 49ers here. I think it's going to be a spot where the 49ers are obviously rolling. Their defense is playing out of this world. And I think if you just give Lamar Jackson trouble, that offense can like easily slip away. They can get some quick 3 and outs. And if this game gets out of hand quick, I feel like the 49ers just go ahead.
They don't make mistakes on offense.
They
Correct.
just
That's what
don't.
Purdy does. He
And
does
they
not
just,
make mistakes.
They'll keep going and just won't ever look back. CMC's playing out of his mind. Just seems like every offensive player, like no matter who it is, Ayuk, Debo, George Kittle, like they've all turned it up
McCaffrey,
like
too.
a notch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so. And I do like the over 46.5 as well because I do think obviously the Ravens are going to put up points. So
You are shitting on Monday night.
Yeah,
bets.
Monday nights have been underdogs and the
Unders are
under.
85%.
And you're
Yeah.
favorite in the over.
I think it ends this week.
This is where it breaks.
This is where it breaks.
Mike,
Ryan
are you,
said.
are you riding with Mario? Or are you breaking the trend?
I'm actually 100% with him, and that was the first thing that I thought of when I was looking at this game. I was like, okay, well, Monday night underdogs and the under because, it's
That's
been
what it's been.
Yeah, it's been so consistent. But it's exactly what Mario said, and kind of doubling down on Brock Purdy, how he just doesn't really make mistakes. He actually has the lowest amount of pass attempts, but he has the second most passing yards as of this moment in the season right now, which is I mean, dude, regardless, it's pretty ridiculous. It shows that whatever he's doing is working.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean, I'm going to take the 49ers. I think, as Tyler alluded to when introducing this game, they are the best team in the NFL. And similar to what Mario said, I'm taking the over because I think this is one of those games where both teams, if one of them gets the lead and, like, I don't know, their opponent stumbles for a second, they're going to try their best to just bury them. Like, neither team will stop. And I think if that's the case, the other team is like, I don't think at any point either team will be down by more than 2 touchdowns. So I think, it'll just be a battle for points regardless of how good these defenses are. So over and the Niners -5.5.
Yeah. I'm going to be taking the 49ers every game until they prove me wrong. I think they're
Good
the best
strat.
team I've seen in the last 5 years for sure. And honestly, this team, the way they've been playing the last 3 weeks, looks like one of the best teams of all time. I cannot believe every week I watch Christian McCaffrey is able to do whatever he wants. Brock Purdy's MVP favorite. He's -150 to win
Crazy.
the MVP.
Yep. Crazy.
He's playing Lamar Jackson, who's second in MVP voting, and he's like +400 when we checked last. So this is a big game for both quarterbacks. But this 49ers team, I mean, Shanahan is a genius coach. He's probably the best coach in the NFL right now. There's no way the 49ers at home on Christmas night, I'm not going to be betting on them. I wouldn't be shocked if somehow the Ravens cover the 5.5 by like 4 or 3. I don't think the 49ers ever lose this game. And I think it's more likely they blow them out than not. Or not blow them out, but win outside of the number.
Yeah.
So I'm always going 49ers here, and I'm leaning the under, not only for Monday night reasons, but these defenses are just unbelievable. And I do think the Ravens will have some success stopping Brock Purdy. He hasn't, like Ryan said, Shanahan's great at getting Brock Purdy in the right spots, whether it's screens or like misdirection plays and like one deep ball a game. But the Ravens defense is really, really good. So I think there's not a crazy amount of points, but I really don't think the Ravens offense is going to do much on the 49ers either.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this game kills me. I really, really think the Ravens can win this game. But I've been on the Niners so hard, and I just don't. There's no reason for me to logically go against it. I've been betting their spreads, their team total overs, their over. My mortal was the over last week, so I just think that this is just. I have to bet their -5.5, like Tyler said, until they prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I won't be betting big on this game. I do think this Ravens team is very, very good. I think Lamar's playing his best he's played in his entire career, and that's with he's been not fumbling the ball this year, and that's what his biggest problem was all year. And he's been throwing the ball pretty well without Mark Andrews, which is surprising. So I like this game, but yeah, I love the under. I think I'm just going to continue with the Monday night trend. I know the upsets have been good, but I mean, this is going to be a battle Christmas Day. There's going to be pressure in this game. You know what I mean? This is a big, huge game for the future.
Could be Super Bowl preview.
Exactly.
Like
So I think it'll be a weird, low game, grimy, but I think the Niners will take it. I like
Tate, is this a consensus pick?
Absolutely not. No,
Ooh,
I actually
whoa.
couldn't be bigger on the Ravens in this spot. I don't know why. I see it so clearly in my head where everyone's like, oh, Brock Purdy -150 to win MVP. I think this is Lamar Jackson's coming out party for MVP, which is kind of wild. But I think that we've seen in the past Lamar Jackson has the capability to be that caliber of player and just be like, dude, what? You cannot stop this offense, and their defense is a bunch of dogs. So, but the one thing that kept coming back is ever since the 49ers signed Chase Young.
You
You just can't stop the 49ers. But the only offensive line that I've seen, Lamar Jackson has an hour in the pocket.
And he's so good at buying time too. Like he'll step up, go back, and it just
can't tackle him. No matter if you're Chase Young or Nick Bosa, those guys are tier A players. But Lamar Jackson's so elusive. I think the 49ers, we've seen their defense have holes at certain points. I think Lamar Jackson is that type of quarterback that could give them fits. I absolutely love the 5.5 for the Ravens. This is for sure going to be on my card. I think they could win. I think they win this game. I mean, we watched the 49ers struggle 3 straight games against 3 terrible teams early in the year.
Yep.
That has happened. We have seen that happen. And they've been rolling like a Super Bowl team. They could continue to roll, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I love this spot for the Ravens and Lamar Jackson.
I think you guys have talked me into the under as well.
I agree. If Ravens win, Lamar Jackson MVP though.
Yeah,
if they win on the road, I really think that
has to be
because it's a road.
Brock Purdy's such a. I'm not on the Brock Purdy train for MVP.
So is the better bet than Ravens here Lamar Jackson plus 400. Is that basically a bet on this game?
That's
and you're just getting more
you'll
juice.
get better odds.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
doing that.
I like it.
Get
Wow.
4-1.
Side prop pick.
Side
Throw up the
prop.
prop.
Sharp.
Lamar Jackson plus
Dang.
400.
Shout out prop
That's
pickers.
sharp.
There you go.
Preseason
Prop
end
picks.
now. Whenever you want.
I like it. Well, yeah, that covers our 5 marquee games, but there's a lot of other action. Let's get into the cards. Here we are, time to make all of our bets for this NFL weekend, starting as always with Mr. Tate.
Senor Tate.
Yes, sir. We're going to go to the NFL. Loving our first pick of the Bengals minus 2.5 against the Steelers. Sorry, boys, but the Steelers have won me way too much money lately. Bears minus 4.5 against the Cardinals. Cardinals are not good. Bears, low-key, I don't know. I kind of like the Bears. Look at
Kind of moving.
Chargers, Bills over 43.5. I don't have the spread on my card, but I love this over because I feel like the Bills offense looks very, very good right now, and the Chargers aren't going to be able to stop them, but I don't know. It's just weird. I love the over. Colts plus 1 at the Falcons. I hate the Falcons. Just give me the Colts. They're hot. Packers minus 5 at the Panthers. Panthers kind of the sharp spot here. I don't think the Panthers offense can keep up with the Packers. I mean, that's weird. The Packers are not that good, but the Panthers cannot score points. Give me the Packers
Can't
minus
score
5.
Hey, that
points.
stadium's gonna be packed, so you never know.
I know, right? So Packers, yeah, with Packers fans. Packers minus the 5. Bears, Bears, Cardinals over 44.5. I don't know why I had that split, but over. Cowboys, we already talked about plus 1.5 at the Dolphins, and then the Ravens on Monday night plus 5.5 at the 49ers.
Ooh, very nice.
Juice. All right. Knocking it out. Bills team total over 27 versus the Chargers. They're gonna score a million easy. Titans plus 3 versus Seattle. Titans at home. I don't know. Something about that I have to bet. I think Seattle's going to come off a high this week, and it's going to slow down against the Titans. Bengals Steelers under 36.5. I already told you in the games before, or the recap before, no points in that game going to be scored. Lions Vikings over 46.5, and Lions team total over 24. Points. In a dome, points. Jaguars plus 1 versus the Bucks, and Jaguars team total over 21. Line in the sand, Trevor Lawrence game if he plays. If not, I'll just bury my money. Bears minus 4.5 versus the Cardinals, and the Bears team total over 24. Justin Fields is moving. They just need to maybe win a game or two and get going, but I think he's going to have a spot in the NFL for a while, so I hope they win and score a lot. Dolphins, Cowboys under 51.5. These big games, I just keep betting the under, and it keeps working. I don't know, every big game this year, it's worked. I'm going to continue that trend. Texans plus 2.5 versus the Browns. Weird spot. I think they can win outright. I don't know why, but Texans look good. Broncos, Patriots over 34.5. The worst bet of my life. I won't be watching the game, but I just feel like there'll be points.
Wait,
Wow.
I love that.
Interesting.
What is that?
Interesting.
Broncos, Patriots over 34.5. I won't be watching
So
the game,
interesting.
but I don't care. I just want to bet the over, and I think it's going to hit.
34.5.
Yeah, 34.5.
I'm adding that.
All right. We have a Chiefs team total over 26 versus the Raiders Monday night. I just think they'll score. Nothing crazy here. Eagles team total over 27 versus the Giants. Bounce spot game at home to score a ton of points. This is the team to do it against.
And the Giants suck.
Exactly. Love that. 49ers minus 5.5. Just got to do it. It's been on my card every single week, and it's hit every week. And then the Niners, Ravens under 46.5. Prime time is hit. So let's get it going.
Very nice. Yep. Starting off with the games we talked about. Steelers plus 2.5. I already said my part on that. Don't love it, but it's a mandatory pick. Vikings plus 3.5 against the Lions. Cowboys plus 1.5. Huge game. I love the Cowboys here. Jags plus 1. Ryan already covered it. It's a line in the sand game. They need to win this one. 49ers minus 5.5 on Monday night. And then the games we haven't talked about. Bears minus 4.5 at home against the Cardinals. One of my favorite bets of the week. The Cardinals are not covering this spread ever. I think this is actually a blowout. If I was modeling NFL games, this would be in contention for that. Panthers plus 5 at home against the Packers. Like Tate said, this is the sharp spot of the week on the entire NFL slate. Panthers have only 29% of the bets and 69% of the money.
Yeah.
Everyone's just going to look at the Panthers, not bet on them. I don't know how it happens, but they're going to get inside this plus 5 number. Browns minus 2.5 against the Texans. Look, Browns are in playoff contention, very much so. They are almost a shoo-in. They're almost a shoo-in for the wild card. CJ Stroud is not playing this game, most likely. So I love the Browns here. I think they absolutely blow them out. And so minus 2.5 is a big bet for me. And then, like I just added when Ryan said it, somehow this Broncos-Patriots game is getting over the 34.5. I don't know how.
Somehow point.
It's the bad game, bet the over.
Dude,
Yeah.
Bailey Zappi legacy.
Maybe
I love this
Patriots
somehow
legacy game. I
points.
kind of feel a little
I
Patriots
like
points.
all right. I don't know.
But that's the last bit.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 double dips of the night. And we're going to start off 2 of them being in the games that we talked about. So Cincinnati minus 2.5 against the Steelers. Again, sorry, like Tate said, sorry, but
He's a rider. What can you say?
yeah.
No, he's
and
right.
then Bengals Steelers over 36.5 because points win points. Dallas plus 1.5 against the Finns. I mean, Finns are not swimming today or this week.
today.
Unfortunately. Cowboys Finns under 51.5, no points. Big Cowboys defense. 49ers minus 5.5 against the Ravens. Big 49ers play here. Packers minus 5 versus the Panthers. You guys are probably right. I'm probably missing the sharp side, but if I'm a fish, I swim. So, eek eek.
I had the Packers.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just mentioned that the.
Oh, hey. That's my
Hey,
son.
that's my son.
That's my son for show.
That's my
All right.
dog.
That's my dog. All right. Texans. This is my last double dip of the night. Texans plus 2.5 versus the Browns, and the Browns Texans under 40.5. 2 low points, tight game. Bang. Bears minus 4.5 against the Cardinals. Big play. Cardinals suck, and Bears are kind of rolling. So bang. Last but not least, Eagles fly. Minus 12 against the Giants. I love you, Saquon, but you're on a bad team, and Eagles have to get back.
Yep.
And you're an average running back.
Ooh, average running back. He had a big game last week. What do
Just
you have?
like Bijan Robinson.
All right, all right. I'm not taking personal shots today because I've had a good day. So we're gonna keep it.
I was
a
talking
good
about
day.
Saquon and Bijan. I don't know.
Yeah, he
Are-
said
are
nothing.
you- Are you like related to him?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, the posters in his room might indicate a little
The Sports
differently.
Illustrated.
Yeah, the naked
The body
issue. The
issue.
body issue. Mario, let's hear the card.
All right. Starting off with the games we already talked about. Detroit minus 3.5 against the Vikings. Also like the over 46.5. Next game, Cowboys plus 1.5 and under 51.5. Think it's a get back spot for the Cowboys, even though they screwed me last week. Bucks minus the 1, under 43.5. Already talked about that. And 49ers minus 5.5 and under 46.5. I flip-flopped.
Flip-flop.
You guys talked me into the under.
Love
So
that.
now I'm on the under 46.5.
I'm a lone wolf.
Okay, now that for the games that we have not talked about, like Tate mentioned, I hate the Falcons. So Colts plus 1, they're hot. I know this line's weird. They should not be. The Falcons should not be favored against Colts. But
Colts are
I
so
just,
hot.
I just can't. I just can't. Gardner Minshew. I mean, I just.
Yeah,
He moves
he's
different.
great.
No, no,
Minshew mania.
Minshew mania. I'm on board.
It's crazy. There's been Minshew mania for like 3 seasons.
I know. it's
Maybe
not
he's
bad.
just like good.
No, but yeah, maybe he's good.
Yeah, he just kind of like
Yo,
wins games.
shout out C. He was telling me he thinks Gardner's a top 32 quarterback.
Shout out C.
He's a
friend of the
100%.
pod.
I mean,
No,
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 like,
like,
that's been
no,
argument for
no. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's like, yeah.
I would give my
He
left,
is.
you know what, to
Oh.
have him be on the Steelers.
Left arm.
his left nut.
Left arm.
No, not
Arm.
even say that. Mario, sorry.
Leg.
Moving on, Bills
Bicep.
minus 11.5 against the Chargers. Chargers are, I mean, gave up 63 to the Raiders.
Yeah,
That's
they're not
just-
good.
Yeah,
Give,
sharp.
give me the
Staley's
Bills.
gone.
Shout
Yeah,
out
they
Josh.
are.
They've been rolling the past 2 weeks. Seahawks minus 3 against the Titans. Ryan's probably right. Honestly, when I looked at this, I was like, Titans at home. But that win
they got
was
the
just,
Drew
that
Lock
win was
playoffs.
just too electric. That win was just too electric. Put that shit
You
on.
gotta love Drew Lock. You just gotta.
I know. I mean,
Yeah,
he's man of the
better.
Dude,
people.
I
He's a
love
football
Is he
guy.
a top 32 quarterback?
He's a
him
football
in
guy.
Missouri.
Sure.
Dude, this is a,
Maybe.
He's better than the quarterbacks on the Steelers.
Everyone's better.
I'm better than the quarterback.
Next game, Packers minus 5 against the Panthers. Dude, I mean, the Panthers, listen, I know it's probably a sharp spot is the Panthers somehow staying inside 5. The thing is, that would require them scoring points, which they quite literally can't score more than 10 points.
No, they're allergic
Like, they
to it.
win games 9-7.
That's how they did it last week, baby.
So, yeah, just give me the Packers. It's a weird game. Raiders plus 10 against the Chiefs. Again, weird spot. I just love Max Crosby. I mean,
Yeah, no, he don't.
I mean,
Like
he's
big
Ghost in
kicker
Hill
fan.
of a cigar.
Oh,
with
that
a
was
cigar.
so
No,
sick.
I mean, he's
That
built
was so
different.
sick.
He's built different.
W.
No one on the Chiefs is gonna guard that man.
He also has tattoos like he's been convicted of 7 felonies.
I think he has.
Probably he has.
Pretty sure he has.
Next game, Bears over 44.5 against the Cardinals. Just think there will be points in this game. Think Kyler can do a little damage, and obviously Justin Fields. It's been looking a little bit better the past few weeks, so over 44.5. Giants, Eagles over 42.5 because Eagles will cover this by themselves. Sorry, Giants. And and that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
What a bang.
Quick wrap.
that was it for the cards. We're gonna give you our mortal locks right now.
Hey, If you like free money, I need you to listen up right here.
The Subscriber Picks Parlay is a free roll we give to every subscriber, allowing anyone the chance to win up to $1,200 each week.
We put our own money at risk every single week on our 5 best bets, what we call Mortal Locks.
And if our parlay hits, we'll be raffling off all of our winnings to one lucky subscriber who supports our amazing show.
Like the videos, comment on the videos, click that subscribe button below. We've already paid out $350 in our Mortal Lock Parlay winnings, and you're gonna be next.
Mortal Lock time, as you just saw in the little trailer we put together. This is where we give you a free roll every week, chance to win a whole lot of money, like $1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Mario's gonna kick us off. The parlay looked really good last week.
And then,
And then Cowboys died.
Yeah, Cowboys died.
But he's gonna bounce back.
Yeah,
Bounce back week for Mario.
back week.
What is your Mortal Lock?
My Mortal Lock this week, honestly, I think it might be a consensus. My Mortal Lock this week is going to be the Bears -4.5 against the Cardinals.
I love that play.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been looking. Justin Fields has looked really good. Him and DJ Moore, like when they play together, they just like the offense actually makes sense. Like I watch it, I'm like, like Tyson
They can move.
Bagent was cool, but like no, Justin Fields is way better. And I think the Cardinals, I mean, just weak team, and I like the spot for the Bears. So
Nice. First
love
leg, Bears,
like
minus
it.
4.5. Mike.
All right. So I am 100% convinced that by the time this episode comes out on Friday, this probably isn't going to be an available line to the public. And so we are going to just bet it big as we are recording so that it's beneficial for you, the viewer, to get in for the parlay.
a lot of movement.
What if it moves the other way?
No, trust me, it literally can't.
No,
can't.
There's
All
just
right.
going to be a ton of movement.
This
on
is
this.
going to be
A lot
the
of
most
movement
hated
coming in.
pick possibly of all time.
Mike's
So
calling it
I am
sharps.
taking
Most hated pick of all time, really?
our boy, shout out Kyle, Air Force +2 against James Madison on Saturday.
Wow.
Let me tell you the reasons
out
why.
Kyle.
Shout out, Kyle.
Shout out, Kyle.
Yeah, shout out Kyle, but let me
Quick.
know the reasons why.
Quick 3 surface level things to note. First of all, the Air Force has won their past 4 bowl games in a row. Secondly, JMU starting quarterback Jordan McLeod has entered the transfer portal. Most likely is not going to be playing, and head coach has
not
also moved his ass over to shout out Kevin, Cameraman Kevin, his home state, Indiana. He's over at University of Indiana now. And I kind of forgot. There was a third one.
Kyle goes.
No. The third one is that it is so actually difficult for people to scheme against the triple option, the lethal triple option, where you can, just do 3 different things.
Outside of Division
3
II.
options. I mean, how?
Yeah,
How
it's
can
not
you-
2 options. You have 3 options, A, B, C.
Unless you're-
So, all right. Anyway,
Division 1 football team. But yeah.
all right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. So, as mentioned, JMU starting quarterback McLeod is not going to be playing this game, and they are bottom 10 in the nation for rushing offense. With that being said, their leading rusher has also entered the transfer portal. Will not be playing.
Maybe the backup's better.
Trust me, he's not. They have no good running backs on that team.
Who's
Their
opting out?
offensive lineman is probably their best
Scattered
running back.
report on JMU, yeah.
Next, Air Force has the number 15 defense in the nation, only allowing 18.9 points per game. That's not a
Great
lot of
number.
points. That's less
great,
than 20.
That's a great number.
That's less than 20.
Love that.
So, bang. And
I love it.
Lastly, but not leastly, Air Force's leading rusher of the year, Zach Larrier, is trending to be playing. He missed the last 5 games, which is a very large reason why Air Force has lost the past few games. But he is training to be playing, and I mean, Air Force +2 here, Air Force money line, and the under of 41.5, which is, just additional, but big Air Force, Air Force.
Love it. I love it.
Just leave it be. We just gotta ride with it.
Leave what be? What
No,
do you
tell
guys
We
me.
looked
chat?
up
Tell
some stats and
Tell
stuff.
me.
What?
Tell me.
Like James Madison ranking like number 1 in defense in the entire country.
No, James Madison is the number 1 rush defense in yards and yards per game this year. In
Guess what?
All of college football.
I
Force
said
is only
I
a
said
rush-
James Madison
Air
is
Force-
bottom 10 in
Defense.
rushing
What does
offense.
Air Force do? 98%.
No,
of
but
their
you're
plays.
bringing up the rushing.
You're bringing
strength
up
of you're saying Air Force is going to win because of the running back. They're saying they have the best rushing defense to counteract.
Yeah, James Madison also didn't really play anyone all season.
No, I'm not saying they're right or
yeah,
wrong. I'm
I-
just telling you what they're
I
saying.
all I'm
love
saying
this
is you're
one.
bringing up like stats that are
Irrelevant stats. Irrelevant.
Well, it's just
What do you
not
get
even
out
what
of
I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also
No,
immortal.
He wasn't
I
talking
have Air
about-
Force on my card.
He wasn't talking about
I-
the rushing.
I love that one. I don't know
I
what
have
they're
Air
doing
Force
over
on my
there.
card.
All right,
Um,
bang.
Bang.
I'm sticking with college as well. I love that pick, Mike. Shout out Kyle.
Shout out
This is
Kyle.
one of my favorite
out
games I've seen in the last couple weeks. I absolutely love this line. Unbelievably amount. Duke plus 7.5 against Troy. I love this game. This is easy. So Duke had a lot of players leave. Almost everyone on their team left.
Everyone.
True.
Interim head coach Trooper Taylor is his name. Tell me that doesn't get you fired
That's
up.
an awesome.
Hey, you're a stormtrooper.
They won outright.
This is his first game. Duke has won 4 straight bowl games. Everyone left for the portal. Whole public is going to be on Troy.
Yeah.
Their starting quarterback, Grayson Loftus, true freshman, threw for 276 and 2 touchdowns last game against Virginia. 55% of the bets on Troy right now, 80% of the money on Duke. This is the sharp play of the week.
Yeah.
That
No
is
one's
the-
picking
yep.
Duke here. Troy has a much better record. They haven't played a team like this. I mean, I love Duke plus 7.5. That's the
love
mortal.
that.
That's
on
the
my card.
definition of a sharp
That's
line.
on my card. I love
That is the
that.
definition of a sharp line.
All right, for the 4th pick of the week, I'll be betting the Eagles minus 12 versus the Giants.
Love that pick.
Nothing really to it here. I'm 4-0 in the last since I picked NFL since college ended, and hoping to keep that trend going. This is an easy bounce back spot. Giants are terrible. They just lost 24-6 to the Saints. I can't imagine what the Eagles are going to do to them. They had Eagles like.
Hey, they got DeVito. He might make a call.
I mean, last week DeVito had 6 points, so like hopefully we'll see what happens. I just think this is a murder. Eagles are going to score a lot. Like Mario said, they might score.
Yeah, they're
hit
going to
the
cover
over on their own.
Yeah, on their own. Yeah.
So like regardless of how this game is picked out or how many points, whatever,
I love this
Eagles
line.
should win by a million.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
the spot a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say really quick, this feels like when Mario was going on a super hot mortal streak, he was picking the games that are kind of just in your face, easy, like no brainer, just obviously do it. Like this feels like one of those. Like I love
No,
it.
I gotta just
love
start
it.
picking picks and
Love
just I read it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Tate, what's the last one?
I loved all of those picks. The last one we're gonna go to, believe it or not, the ugliest game in the NFL this week. And when I saw this line, I literally just, this number couldn't get low enough for me.
Oh.
And I was like,
It's an under.
Oh my gosh, there's just no way. There's no way. We're gonna go to the Commanders and the Jets at MetLife Stadium, the under of 37.5.
Wow.
I mean, it's ugly.
Wow.
It's brutal.
Ugly
These-
ones are the good ones though.
it kind of is the good ones though. Weird stat. The Jets' home games this year have gone, I think, over 40 points one time, and I think it was like 41 or 42 points.
Ooh.
It's 37.5. It's gone under that number every single time except for one game
Wow.
Sharp.
at home.
I like it.
So MetLife unders. The Jets' defense has been strapping. Their offense is dog water. The Commanders have just been terrible. I mean, they're just
Yep.
on a
Sam
complete,
Howell
complete
sucks.
downfall.
I think they're
Playing,
benching him.
playing a
Shout out Terry
strapping,
McLaurin though. Got me
playing a
that dub
strapping
this week.
defense.
Jacoby Brissett.
The only way this goes over is if the Jets score like 30 and win 30.
gonna be tough to do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's gonna be tough to do.
Brees Hall legacy
I
game
love
coming.
So
I love
Jets
that.
Commanders under 37.5. It's ugly, but I love it.
This is electric.
Wow.
Bang.
If those 5 picks hit that we just gave out, we're giving one person who likes, comments, and is subscribed $1,000. $1,000.
4 digits.
All you have to do,
4-1, 2
all you have to do, drop a comment, like the video, and be a subscriber. We've hit 1 Mortal Lock Parlay so far this season. We are going to hit this week. A couple
Come
weeks
on.
left of the Mortal Parlay.
We gotta hit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
gotta
we
hit.
got
We
it.
gotta
We gotta
We
hit
got
this
it.
one. I feel good. Last week we were close.
So
Last week
close.
we were edging it. So
That one's on me.
let's hit this week. Yeah, and it's all good. Don't worry about it. We'll get this one. Tate, before we leave, tell the people what they need to do.
Boys, we are so close. So why don't you just do yourself a favor when we actually do hit the Mortal Lock Parlay? Like, comment, subscribe, get an entry in to win some free money.
Enter!
Share with a friend and turn that notification bell on. We'll see you guys next week.
Don't
Good
steal
luck
it.
with your bets. See you next week.
The Force.